Maybe I am a monster. I don't think I'd know if I were one. And not what you are. And not what you intended. So there may be no way to make you trust me. But we need to go.
This is one of my favorite scenes in any movie. There is a very clever trick here that turns an impossible problem into one of the best character introductions ever. For some context, and also because I want to, let's take a look at a few other Marvel character introductions first, starting at the very beginning. Before the summer of 2008, there is a good chance you never even heard of Iron Man. Joe Quesada, editor-in-chief at Marvel Comics at the time, said it was hard to get kids to care about the character. Focus group testing showed they thought he was a robot. And that's boring, I guess. Kids are dumb. Then the movie came out, and Iron Man became the coolest thing ever. A lot of that is thanks to Robert Downey Jr., since,
I am Iron Man.
But it's not all him. The movie's pretty great too. It's a compelling origin story that is still a high point in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, after nearly 2 decades and, Jesus Christ, almost 40 other Marvel movies. Just don't think too hard about how it portrays American intervention in the Middle East. Yeah, Tony, you blow up those weapons of mass destruction. Hey, wait a minute. Today, Tony Stark is one of the most recognizable characters from one of the most commercially successful media franchises in history. But imagine it's the summer of 2008 and you have no idea who Iron Man is.
Who the fuck is this guy? Who is he?
How does the movie introduce its main character to an audience that's never read a comic book in their life? Iron Man opens with a US military convoy in Afghanistan. Pay attention to how these soldiers are reacting to someone holding a glass of whiskey. Let's pause here for a second. The man with the glass of whiskey is Tony Stark. In less than 10 seconds, and before he even says a word, he's already mysterious and intriguing. Who drinks whiskey in the middle of a war zone? Who makes trained soldiers nervous? I remember going frame by frame for this exact scene in one of my film studies classes. That's right, I'm a film scholar, so you should definitely listen and subscribe to the very smart things that I have to say. I even wrote my dissertation on Marvel movies, and it was so good, the university asked me to submit it again. The intro sets up Downey to show off Tony's personality and charisma. The next minute or so of dialogue is him breaking the tension and having a laugh with the soldiers.
No, you intimidate them.
Good God, you're a woman. I couldn't have called that. I mean, I'd apologize, but isn't that what we're going for here? I thought of you as a soldier first.
I'm an airman.
But you have actually excellent bone structure there. I'm kind of having a hard time not looking at you now. Is that weird? Come on, it's okay, laugh. Hey!
He's arrogant, but charming.
Is it cool if I take a picture with you?
Yes, it's very cool.
Then, suddenly, the convoy gets attacked. We hear Tony's name for the first time,
Jimmy, stay with Stark!
and all the soldiers are quickly killed. Tony runs outside, and a missile with a familiar name on it lands right next to him.
Stay with Stark!
An injured Tony wakes up and realizes he's now a prisoner of the people who attacked the convoy. In 3 minutes, we got a compelling character hook, snappy dialogue, an action sequence, and some lingering questions, like, who is using Tony's weapons against him? What's gonna happen to him now? Better keep watching to find out. It's such a good opening scene that right after it, the movie goes, yeah, we got him. They're hooked. Show the Tony Stark backstory PowerPoint. But wait a second.
You think you're the only superhero in the world?
One of the main draws of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is the large roster of comic book characters and franchises sharing its world. And, like Iron Man, a lot of them were also unknown to a general audience. Even in the very early days, Marvel characters were doing crossovers and small appearances. Tony Stark makes a cameo in the Incredible Hulk's ending that doesn't make any sense. Like, Why is Tony here? He doesn't work for S.H.I.E.L.D. He's not an Avenger yet, and actually he's about to be rejected for the Avengers. And even if he was an Avenger, why would he be talking to Ross about recruiting the Hulk? Ross is the bad guy. He hates Hulk. It doesn't make sense. Hawkeye pops up in Thor, and the first appearance of Scarlett Johansson as Natasha Romanoff, aka Black Widow, is in Iron Man 2. If the title of the movie didn't clue you in, Black Widow is not the main character in Iron Man 2. She has a small supporting role. So, how do you introduce another obscure comic book character, this time a deadly spy with a dark past, without upstaging the main cast?
I want a diamond ring, I want some bracelets and everything. Daddy, you better get the best for me. Hey, Daddy.
What?
The very first shot of Natasha in her comic book costume in the MCU is her ass. Now, I will admit that it is in fact great ass! But we can do better than that, right? Actually, Stan, Black Widow is going undercover to get close to known womanizer, Tony Stark. As Natalie Rushman, she is deliberately playing up her sex appeal because she's a good spy. This isn't just fan service.
When we arrive, I need you to watch the perimeter. I'm gonna enter the facility and take down the target. Watch the road.
I got it.
Yeah, sure. I think The Avengers does a much better job of balancing Natasha's sex appeal and character depth. In her first scene in that movie, some bad Russians are interrogating her. She looks like she's in big trouble.
Знаменитая черная вдова. Оказалось просто еще одно красивое личико.
But then they're interrupted by everyone's favorite clandestine middle manager Phil Coulson, and we find out what's really going on.
Ты слушай внимательно.
You're at 114 Selensky Plaza, 3rd floor. We have an F-22 exactly 8 miles out. Put the woman on the phone or I will blow up the block before you can make the lobby.
Natasha's actually the one in control of the situation. She's been playing the bad guys the entire time to extract the information she needs, using their own arrogance against them.
I'm in the middle of an interrogation. This moron is giving me everything.
I don't give everything.
Later in the film, she does the exact same thing to Loki.
I won't touch Barton, not until I make him kill you. Slowly, intimately, in every way he knows you fear. And then he'll wake just long enough to see his good work. And when he screams, I'll split his skull. This is my bargain, you mewling quim.
You're a monster.
Oh no. You brought the monster.
So, Banner. That's your play.
What?
Sure, we still get the fan service of Black Widow fighting in a tight black dress, but we also learn that she's clever and resourceful. She knows how to read people and get valuable information.
Thank you for your cooperation.
You mewling quim.
But maybe I should cut Iron Man 2 some slack. After all, Natasha is more of a main character in the Avengers. She is an Avenger. That means more screen time to develop her character and more things for her to do. But what if you have to introduce a brand new character in an ensemble Marvel movie and they don't have a major role? What if that ensemble was much larger and most of them were characters that were already established and popular from other movies? How do you make someone like that stand out? Let's talk about Black Panther. Captain America Civil War has so many characters that a lot of people consider it to be an unofficial Avengers movie. The main conflict is between opposing factions led by Iron Man, who supports international oversight for superheroes, and Captain America, who doesn't support being a whiny little bitch. When the King of Wakanda is killed in a terrorist attack, his son, T'Challa, played by Chadwick Boseman, swears vengeance as the Black Panther.
Task Force will decide who brings in Barnes.
Don't bother Miss Romanoff. I'll kill him myself.
Avenging a dead relative is a tried and true character motivation, and Civil War does a good job of establishing the love and respect T'Challa has for his father before tragedy strikes.
ngendoda ekuchasileyo uqhagamshelana nokuzakuza ukhangeleke uyiqhelile nyana.
Ngolile baba.
Nkosi.
1 minute later.
The terrorist attack itself is a major inciting incident in the film, and it takes place fairly early on. Black Panther's search for vengeance puts him right in the middle of the main story, but keeps him firmly as a secondary character. He's there during key events and major set pieces, but doesn't really move the needle in a big way. He's one of many chess pieces on the board, and the movie is very smart about how and when to use him. He also looks cool, fights cool, and has fun interactions with some of the other characters.
We haven't met yet. I'm Clint.
I don't care.
Boom. Roasted.
By the end of the movie, T'Challa sees how this conflict rips Iron Man and Captain America apart, and decides to let go of his own need for revenge.
Vengeance has consumed you. It's consuming them. I'm done letting it consume me.
It's a neat little character arc that reflects on the events of the movie while being self-contained. A great introduction to another character that would go on to be super popular for Marvel. Civil War also introduces Spider-Man to the MCU. What's funny is that he has an even smaller role and no character arc whatsoever. There are no personal stakes for Peter Parker. What are his thoughts on superhero oversight? No idea. He shows up more than halfway into the film just for the airport fight. And then he's gone.
You're done.
Mr. Stark, wait. I'm not done. I'm not. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
This extended cameo works because, well, it's Spider-Man. Everyone already knows who Spider-Man is, and they're just happy to see him. Kids love Spider-Man because he isn't a robot. This is so boring. So, we took a look at some of the different ways Marvel has introduced characters throughout the years. It seems like the best introductions happen early, offer a straightforward, compelling hook, and match the character's role. You can get away with a character showing up later, if they're already well known and only have a small part or cameo. And if a character's hot, that always helps.
I wanna die.
Which brings us to where we started, and the worst possible scenario. What if you had to introduce an obscure comic book superhero with a very important role, not as the main character in their own movie, but as part of a packed ensemble crossover? What if their introduction didn't happen in the beginning or even the middle of the story, but near the very end, right before the big final fight? And what if that character was the thing that kids hate more than anything else in the world? A robot. Well, actually, Vision's an android? Kids love those, right? Avengers Age of Ultron is the best Avengers movie, shut up, yes it is. In it, Tony Stark creates a rogue AI called Ultron that wants to destroy the world. Ultron is fascinating and odd. He's hyper-intelligent, but childish. He wants to wipe out humanity, but he's also lonely and craves companionship. He has a weird obsession with building physical bodies, even though he's a digital being. He's great, and I really don't like how a lot of people dismiss him as another jokey Marvel villain. But that's for another video. At one point in the film, the Avengers steal what was supposed to be Ultron's final body, his grand vision. Some of the Avengers want to destroy this body so that Ultron can't use it. But Tony wants to combine it with his virtual assistant Jarvis. One quick Civil War teaser fight later, Thor arrives, back from his shirtless spelunking in a mystical cave. Don't ask, where he had a vision that convinced him to finish what Tony started. And with a big surge of energy from Thor's magic hammer, boom, Vision is born. And right away there's a really big problem. Vision is weird. He looks weird, and he talks weird.
I'm sorry, that was odd. Thank you.
He's not hot, yet, but he is important. The Avengers need his help to defeat Ultron, but they don't trust him.
You think I'm a child of Ultron?
You're not?
So the characters aren't really vibing with the strange robot man. And even worse, the audience doesn't know what to think of him either. This is 90 minutes into a film that's already packed with so many characters and things happening. Dropping a brand new character that's this bizarre, this late, is crazy. Why would you put yourself in this position? And how the hell do you get out of it?
But we need to go.
Vision just picked up Thor's hammer. He's not supposed to be able to do that. You see, Thor's hammer is called Mjolnir, and only those who are deemed worthy can pick it up and use it. It's basically the ultimate moral authority in the Marvel Universe. If you're not worthy, it will not budge, no matter how hard you try. There's a party scene early in Age of Ultron where the Avengers are goofing around, taking turns trying to lift Thor's hammer, and failing. It's a nice, light moment of character bonding, but it also reminds the audience of how the hammer works and its significance.
Come on, Cap.
Nothing.
Vision picking up the hammer is like the glass whiskey in the middle of a war zone, times a million. He instantly goes from, who is this guy and why should I care, to the most interesting character in that room. All of his words and actions are given extra meaning and importance by this one simple act. After the big battle, Vision has a scene with the last remaining Ultron. They have a brief philosophical discussion about the nature of humanity, and even though they have different perspectives, they both agree on one thing.
They're doomed.
Yes. But a thing isn't beautiful because it lasts.
Everything's got to end sometime. Otherwise, nothing would ever get started.
This is a great scene to begin with, and another personal favorite. But also, Vision's words have an added weight to them now, because he's worthy. The only other guy who can lift the hammer at this point is an actual god. So when Vision starts talking about stuff like the fate of humanity and the meaning of life, you're more inclined to pay attention and take it seriously. Picking up the hammer also completely solves the impossible problem of people trusting Vision, a brand new character created under unusual and complicated circumstances. The Avengers can't simply be okay with Vision being there, they all need to implicitly trust him and be on the same page. Since they all understand what lifting the hammer means, that's enough. Well, maybe not all of them. I don't know if Wanda and Pietro know what it means. Maybe Wanda knows from all the mind reading, but Pietro might actually think it's just a really heavy hammer. It's fine, someone probably told him after the battle. The reason I love this so much is because Thor's hammer is a storytelling device with rules that only exist in this universe. We need to suspend our disbelief that a hammer can decide if you're worthy to pick it up. And in doing so, in buying into the internal logic of this world, we allow it to be used in cool ways like this. It's so simple and straightforward. If X, then Y. But it's also really clever and unexpected. If you think of putting a story together as kind of like assembling a puzzle, then an Avengers movie is more like getting handed pieces from several different kinds of puzzles and being told to smash them together in a way that fits. It's a nightmare, so it's no wonder that Age of Ultron is kind of a mess. But its best moments are so good that they more than make up for it in my book. Vision's introduction is a puzzle piece that simply fits perfectly. It's an incredibly satisfying magic trick, and it makes for one of the best character introductions I've ever seen. Whoever wrote and directed Age of Ultron is really good. Top-notch work. Hats off to that guy and... Wait, no. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video and would like to see more, please like and subscribe to the channel. It goes a long way.